Yeah, I've been practicing that. We're getting some really cool snow drifts. Oh, it slowed down. It slowed down the moment I picked the camera up to it. Yeah, we were just getting really good snow drifts. We are reading from the Medieval Song and Story Columbia University series, page 532, The Field Full of Folk. In a summer season when the sun was softest, shrouded in a smock and shepherd's clothing, in the habit of a hermit of unholy living, I went through this world to witness wonders. On a May morning, on a Malvern hillside, I saw strange sights like scenes of Faerie. I was weary of wandering and went to rest by the bank of a brook in a broad meadow. As I lay and leaned and looked on the water, I slumbered and slept, so sweetly it murmured. Then I met with marvelous vision. I was in a wilderness where I knew not. I looked up at the east, at the high sun, and saw a tower on a toft artfully fashioned. A deep dale was beneath with a dungeon in it, and deep ditches and dark, dreadful to see. A fair field full of folk I found between them, with all manner of men, the meanest and the richest, working and wandering as the world demanded. Some put them to the plow and practiced hardship, in setting and sowing, and seldom had leisure. They won what wasters consumed in gluttony. Some practiced pride and quaint behavior, and came disguised in clothes and features. Prayer and penance prevailed with many. For the love of our Lord they lived in strictness. To have bliss hereafter and heavenly riches, hermits and anchorites held to their dwellings, gave up the course of country roving, and all lusty living that delights the body. Some turned to trade, they tried to barter, and seemed in our sight to succeed better. Some men were mirthful, learned minstrels, and got gold as gleemen, and guiltless practice. Yet jesters and janglers, Judah's children, feigned idle fancies and wore fool's clothing, but had wit if they wished to work as others. What Paul has preached I proffer without glossing, qui liquitor ter fil aquilium, is Lucifer's servant, qui liquitor torpillaquium, portillaquia, qui liquitor torpillaquium, is Lucifer's servant. Bidders and beggars ride about the country, with bread to the brim in their bags and bellies. They feign that they are famished and fight in the alehouse. God wot, they go in gluttony to their chambers, and rise with ribaldry, like Robert's children. Sleep and sloth pursue them always. Pilgrims and palmers were plighted together to seek Saint James and saints in Rome. They went on their way with many wise stories, and have leave to lie for a lifetime after. I saw some who said that they sought for relics, In each tale that they told, their tongue would always speak more than was so. It seemed to my thinking a host of hermits with hooked staves went to Walsingham with their wenches behind them, these great lubbers and long, who were loath to labor, clothed themselves in copes to be distinguished from others, and robed themselves as hermits to roam at their leisure. There I found friars of all the four orders, who preached to the people for the profit of their bellies, and glossed the gospel to their own good pleasure. They coveted their copes and construed it to their liking. Many master brothers may clothe themselves to their fancy, for their money and their merchandise multiply together. Since charity has turned chapmen to shrive lords and ladies, strange sights have been seen in a few short years. Unless they and Holy Church hold closer together, the worst misery of man will mount up quickly. A sip of water. The worst misery of man will mount up quickly. There, a pardoner preached as priest of the parish, and brought out a bull with a bishop's signet, said that he himself might assoil all men of all falsehoods in fasting and vows that were broken. Common folk confided in him and liked his preachings, and crept up on cowed knees, and kissed his pardons. He abused them with brevets and blinded their eyesight. His devil devices drew rings and brooches. They gave their gold to keep gluttons, and believed in liars and lovers of lechery. If the bishop were blessed and worth both his ears, his seal would not be sent to deceive the people. I'm practicing my form. Yes. Did you try that? You can feel it, huh? Some people in class said they tried the marble thingy and they could feel the little crunchies in their finger that they didn't know were there. You can do slow, and then you hold a little bit if you feel any tender spots. And you just hold. Take a few breaths. You can do it on other tissue parts too. You might want to use a tennis ball and stuff for bigger. Yeah, tennis ball works good. Where do they get the stuff to make marbles? Marbles or glass marbles, or if it's made of glass, is it still considered a marble? You just call it a glass marble? I think that's the proper way to do it. I don't know, I'm not really sure. Thank you. Yeah, we can do some more reading in a little bit. My throat does just not seem up to reading at the moment. No, I feel like I could do a little bit of clearing. Ever try this? Okay, it might look a little funny, but if you try to push out a lot of air, but just make a little tiny hole, try to push it out really hard, but just only give yourself a little tiny hole, so it's almost annoying. It might take a while to get all the air out. See how you can engage the pressure a little? Don't try this at home. You might hurt yourself. I don't want you to what do you call that? Yeah, the release valves and stuff. You gotta be careful. And I don't want you to hurt yourself. Yeah, and then if you do, then you're going to get in trouble for listening to some hippie freak Jesus drinking cult member, and they got to stop this. That's it, they've had enough of this. Johnny's got a bloodshot eye. Jack's running around with sprained ankles. I'm trying to tell him, you got to lift with your back. Oh, is it the opposite? Yeah, no, I'm stupid. You shouldn't listen to me when it comes to a lot of that. But of course, you can look into things if it's something you're interested in or care about. Like, hey, that sounds interesting. Yeah, maybe I should check it out. Yeah, let's not get personally identified here, right? Yeah, no. If you want to know if it's better to lift with your back or your legs or your head, sure, there's some involvement there. The conscious, the things that's thinking. Forming ideas. Do this, don't do that. Movements, every movement it makes. What's mindless? I have no idea how many times I've blinked. But if I all of a sudden think about my blinking, then I'm aware of it. I guess something's deciding what to focus on and not to focus on. Is anything guiding that along? Huh. Influencing. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. We're hoping still again for common sense here. just waiting and hoping and wishing. Well, that's the thing we've been trying to tell people. Like, you're on a high horse and you think you're all justified because, yes, you're right, you know about this investigation or it's about that. Long history here. That family, drug history, issues for how long, going back to when, out in Whitefield. Look at what's going on out there in recent years. Jesus Christ. Put a stop to it. What's going to put a stop to it? Where is it coming from? Holy shit, was that a stork? It dropped something. Hey, that stork just dropped something. I know. It's cute. It's really cute. I don't know, and I really don't care. Hopefully, we're hoping there's enough awareness out there that people just drop their bullshit and stop being personally identified and acknowledge the facts and concerns. The vaccine injured children, infectious disease, bacterial overloads, the misconceptions with mental illness, schizophrenia, the overprescribing of SSRIs, how damaged our children are, and how that's been being ignored. The harassment and the bullshit started way back for a long time. In 2008, we were really fed up with a lot of it. Yeah, so we ourselves personally went into the Maine Parent Federation, and when we heard and saw what was going on in there, wow, get it. Those were freaking Hitlers. When they got whiffed that we called them Hitlers, holy shit, they freaking, I'm telling you, this is so fucking disturbing what's happening here, and how many innocent people have been targeted and killed, and how many children have been getting harassed and hurt by psychotic people, right? Who's upset about what? Right. Yeah, it's disturbing, isn't it? Yeah, it was back then, it was 2008, 9, 10, they were putting up a lot of concerns about that. Yeah, the abuse, children being put into the hands of dangerous people. They were getting the marijuana legalized. That finally got pushed through in, 2014. Absolutely insane what we've been dealing with. And when a lot of those people know the argument and they just play into it and throw fuel on the fire and keep the people fighting and debating with each other, and there are so many that are just, how stupid. And you see the innocent lives and the children being abused and killed in the hands of these psychotic people. Yeah, so the pedo who has my youngest two, okay, the child and animal pornography, hello? Russian, Chinese, and Muslim hoax channels. So many people get confused, right, and play a who's who, and then just to side with a certain, right, you notice it's very heavily attached to the vaccines and the things we were talking about. What they're trying to protect is much deeper than that. Many of them could care less about the vaccines and all that. Much like we're past that. We're just like, fuck it. You can all friggin' debate all that shit all you want. We're gonna share information and try to help and share out the facts, and other people and doctors trying to help and share that information, and experts and citizens and people also aware, just trying to speak common sense and help our public systems. And yeah, it's been really fun what they've been doing with a lot of that. It's disgusting and immature. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, I know. We've been doing this for a long time. People are going to feel shamed and embarrassed, and they won't accept it because they don't want to feel the shame and embarrassment. So just like the Epstein Island situation, just like that. Same fucking thing. Everybody's doing good stuff, good intentions, humanitarian things. I know you've seen some shit, and they're showing you videos. The jerks feeding you those videos, half of them, right, are some of the worst abusers. Yeah, so I don't know. Don't talk bad about those good people, though. Don't talk bad about those good people. Keep protecting your fucking sick buddies. I know, they make you a lot of money. You get a lot of funding from those Yeah, it's a huge syndication directly connected to a lot of the Catholic organizations and yeah, they've used that as one of their cloaks for quite a while. Gotta love the stupids, you know. Yeah, it's not really funny, is it? We do make fun though. We love to laugh and have a good time and find humor in a lot of things. A word, you know, can be funny. One of those funny words. Did I catch a niner in there? Yeah, it gets old, doesn't it? We get a new round every so often, and then they trail off somewhere too. They get kind of aware of a lot of things. Yeah, and for them, they justify ignoring it because they think we're mean. Oh, they're being too mean the other way. I can't support that. Anyone that's going to talk like that or do those kind of things, yeah, no, I can't. I just can't support that. So it justifies them to ignore it and not acknowledge those situations. But they learn a lot from the situation. Sometimes they get a lot of sponsors, book deals. We've been doing this for a long time, our whole lives. Yeah, and the people around us act really stupid to a lot of it. They're totally oblivious for years. Yeah. Yep. Most of them, they're just really, what do you call it? We call it sigoic. Yeah, it's a sickness. They're sick in the fucking head. High on themselves, you know? Yep, you get used to it. We were used to it when we were 12. Yep, same old story, same old song and dance. Same marketing schemes, different faces. Some stay the same. Sadly, pathetically. But they don't know. Those are usually the ones that don't know. Yeah, it's really sad. Makes you sick. Makes you actually really sick. All right, much love, health, and peace all. We're going to come back on a little bit and do some more reading. Yeah, you know, we just got to put a lot of stuff out there the best we can to try to help the public. That's all we do. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, any questions, comments, concerns, we're here. If you have any suggestions for us, we're open to anything, but we're pretty aware, we know. There's pretty much nothing the smartest, most richest person could do or say. It's about people acknowledging the vaccines and those concerns and just bringing awareness. You can't do anything. If you understand common sense and process and procedure in our laws, then you drop the fucking bullshit and acknowledge the vaccine injured children and the concerns we're talking about over the years and how scary that's been for us. And it's amazing we're alive and able to try to help you. Peace out.